Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. This week I was drawing Chase, the character, or redrawing him, and I just wanted to share with you the experience of redrawing him, like stuff that I learned. Very grateful to God to be back here and speaking about another piece, another character. It's another piece of the puzzle that is going to lead to the final work, which is Lenny the Lightbulb, the animated series. So yeah, very grateful to be here, speaking to you about the process and my experience with art and how it's helping me to find better understanding on life, pretty much. Like that's one thing that I really found that was very helpful in approaching this character redraw. It allowed me to see things through a new lens, like, because sometimes when you've done something once, like, it seems like that's as far as that thing that you've done can never go. Do you get what I mean? And then there's that sort of fear that builds up, like that the next thing that you do won't be as good as that first thing you've done or the first time that you've done it. But really approaching this design again, like, has really opened my eyes to how amazing it is to, you know, come again, like to do something new, or to have something that looked like an old idea and reinvent it or reshape it for like for a better effect, and to represent the character better. So one thing that I wanted to really address was like his facial expression, like similar to with the redraw of Lenny. I really want to readdress the facial expression, and I watched a video recently, and it was talking about how when a character is running, or when there is weight on one side of the body, like the hips sort of tilt towards that side or favor that side of the body that is holding the weight more than the other side of the body that has no weight, now it's not holding the weight. So I want to address that in this drawing. Like you can kind of see like the diagonal line in his jacket that is sort of suggesting that the weight of his body is on his standing leg, as opposed to on his leg that is up and ready to take a next step, which is, yes, it's interesting, learning new things all the time as like I explore these characters and learning new things about the character and finding better ways to what's the word I'm looking for, better ways to represent the character and their personalities, and just putting different quirky things into these characters to make them look more like what their character, or what their character is built to be. So one thing that really stood out to me while I was redrawing this character was Chase is a very positive character, very like happy-go-lucky, sometimes appears to be unrealistic, like in his thought processes and the way he addresses life, but he's just that kind of person. Like he's got like a free spirit, very like happy. And I don't know, as I was designing this character and redrawing this character, I sort of caught the same vibes that, you know, or the same sort of character, like as him. Like I could feel it like being expressed in my life, like, and that same joy was coming into my heart, and it was just so amazing, like to I find drawing, I find creating characters, I find writing stories very therapeutic. My God, yeah, very therapeutic, because it enables me to look at life in a different way, and to explore different emotions, like maybe ones that I'm not used to exploring on a day-to-day basis, or ones that society isn't very forgiving of, like, and to sort of draw my characters in those forms and express those traits through these characters, which is awesome. While I was drawing this and just meditating on the character, like meditating on like what this character's role is in this story, and what it actually needs to be, or what he needs to represent, the message he has to carry. Like, I was reminded of like something that God told me like a few years ago, and like at the time I felt like I understood it, but like I guess this is just the way of things with God, man. Like, that new things are always added. Do you get what I mean? So it's like, yeah, like what I understood at the time, and the statement that came to me was, don't seek after the new, seek after the recreated, because in the recreated, there are always new things that come out. Do you get what I mean? And it's like something that I found very apparent whilst recreating Chase, is that like I was more able to accentuate like and express his character in the design, express his quirkiness, and revisiting the design has really helped me find new things out about him as a character, because I'm discovering a lot of things about these characters that I feel like I know, or I feel like I'm creating, but there are so many things that I don't know, or I hadn't found the ability to express, which is awesome, and like it's truly an amazing experience, to have an avenue where you can create, like, and find these amazing things about creation, and creativity. So that was very interesting for me, and it just reminds me that like every idea that we get as creatives, every concept that we come up with, everything that is like, oh yeah, that would be cool to draw, that would be cool to animate, that would be cool to design, that might be cool to that might be a cool song, that melody is a cool melody, this piece of acting or drama would be cool to put together, or a dance. Like, everything that we get is and all the inspiration, like it won't necessarily come in, like it won't necessarily come to us with, or we won't necessarily have full understanding of it when it comes to us, if you get what I mean. Like a lot of the time we're discovering new things about this idea, or new things about this piece of inspiration as the time passes, but it's important to keep moving with it, as we explore these ideas, these God-given ideas, these inspirational ideas, until like we come to a place where we can communicate effectively the spirit dynamic of what is being shown to us, if you get what I mean. Because for me, it's so important, it's so very, very important. Like it reminds me also, like, something that I've been thinking about recently, is that just the whole concept of having a seed. Do you get what I mean? And it reminds me of something that Jesus said in the Bible, and where he was where Greeks who are supposedly prominent men of that time period. Do you get what I mean? Were looking for him, and they wanted to meet him and stuff like that, and you'll think that this is a great opportunity for him, you know, like as he's walking around and he's ministering to people and all these amazing things are happening through his life. Like he would jump at the opportunity, and they're looking for him, and his disciples go and find him, and then tell him that these people are looking for him, and he tells them that unless a seed falls into the ground and dies, there won't be, like, I'm paraphrasing, but there won't be any multiplication. Do you get what I mean? And it's the same sort of concept as we create, as we're inspired to create, as we're led by the Spirit, and finding this expression of the ideas that God has given us, like that unless these things go through a process, unless we really find the beginning of these things, we really find the course that these things are to take, the purpose in them, unless we work with this, unless we keep our hands to the plow and keep plowing at it, there won't be any multiplication of this inspirational idea or this inspirational thing that has come to us. So I feel like it's very important, like incredibly important, that as creatives that are inspired by God, and even like for the creators that do not yet know God, or have not yet found the place where they believe in God, like I feel like it's very important to explore your ideas and explore these God-given ideas, explore these God-given talents. Like the comparison in the previous drawing of Chase to this drawing of Chase is like they're almost poles apart, but there are things from this old design that have inspired this new design, such as color palette and certain aspects of like shape and all of these kind of things. They've inspired the new design, and there are things about this new design that have improved from the old design. Do you get what I mean? Like, and it all comes from really exploring the initial ideas and really looking to recreate these old ideas in a new image, in a new likeness, in a new pattern. Do you get what I mean? That can better express what these ideas were supposed to be in the first place. Which has been an amazing experience for me as a creative, as I've said, to experience and to see in action, you know, because it just makes me understand like God a lot more. Like I feel like during this process and writing the story, writing the script, creating the characters, visualizing the characters, like all the work that goes into creating this piece of work and this project has opened my eyes more to understand like the role of God in the life of a man, in the life of a woman, and to appreciate what he does and what he's done for us a lot more. I'm very much more appreciative of, you know, my salvation and what God's done for me in my life, and the opportunity that I have to, you know, come again to be different. That like my past mistakes, the issues of my past don't define who I am. Do you get what I mean? Like that previous design doesn't define who Chase is. It's just a cosmetic design, and what we've done is maybe a cosmetic change, but it's come from a deep sense and a deep level of understanding of the character. So like I really appreciate my life and the life that I have in Christ a lot more, and like I really appreciate the work that goes into the recreation process, because it's not easy, but it's fun and it's rewarding and it's beautiful. So as creatives, let's just enjoy it, like enjoy messing things up sometimes, enjoy the process of things not always going right, enjoy the process of working on a project, and desiring for it to come out in a certain way or at a certain time, and finding out that it doesn't come out at the time that you want it to come out. Like, enjoy the process, like, because it's more about the process than it is about the final product. Do you know what I mean? That's one thing that I discovered, and the reason why I decided to, share the experience, share the process of creating this animation with you all, is because like the process is very rewarding, and it's very important, and I find that it's skipped a lot in a lot of productions, but I found more inspiration to do other things, like from watching videos like the behind the scenes of Prince of Egypt, and the behind the scenes of a recent animation, Klaus, and all these kind of things, because like it shows you the practicality of making these things happen, and the fun of exploring and finding new ways, innovative ways to create something that is worthwhile, and gives people that sense of happiness and joy, and brings out all these emotions from just one piece of animation, or from one drawing, from one song. Like it reminds me of a song that my brother Dee Wiitness put out on his tape, Stick to the Script. Go check that out. It's available on Spotify, and I'm not sure where else, but I'll probably get the details at some point, and I'll put a link to it in the description. Yeah, that's what I'll do. That's how these YouTubers speak, innit? I'll put a link to it in the description. But like it talks about like having faith in the process, and not forgetting the process, because it seems that this is something that my generation and all the young people that are alive on the planet Earth at this moment in time seem to have a problem with, and it's something that I've had serious problems and serious issues with, like as I grow and stuff like that. Like the process, you get an idea, you get something, you get inspired to do something, and you want it now. You want like these things to take place now. Like you haven't got the patience and all sorts of things for these things to take place, but and it makes the process so like unenjoyable. Like you find that the whole time you're doing whatever you're doing, you're miserable, because the rewards and the outcome that you're hoping for from this project, or from whatever it is you're doing, it is being delayed, and your focus is so on the end of the project that you're not even enjoying like the process, and enjoying the time spent creating and playing with ideas and stuff like that. Because like I can't stress it enough, it's invaluable. It is so invaluable, the skills that you get alone from just testing, trialing and error on some of these projects and some of these drawings. And like for me personally, in the space of drawing, like the skill set, the more understanding that comes whilst like pursuing these things, and the more freedom that comes to create, you know, to create more and to explore more ideas, and to take risks that you probably wouldn't have taken, as like if you didn't have the opportunity to work on these projects and all of these kind of things. Like it's amazing. Like it's amazing. Like it's an amazing reward to the work. Like, do you get what I mean? So let's enjoy the process. Let's really enjoy the ability to recreate things, and to be creatives. That's what we're here for. This is what we're put on the earth for. So yeah, that brings us to the end of the video. This is the final drawing, or the final render of Chase. I hope you enjoyed it. Sayonara and God bless.